Check sound. Okay, anyone can hear my voice?
Yes, I hear.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a special guest probably tonight. Hello, Mr. William.
Hello. Good afternoon from Kuwait.
Oh, so you are good afternoon, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, we're four hours behind you.
Oof. Yes, that's right. So right now we are here 7:30, yes, 7:30 p.m. Right. So where is your location anyway?
Currently, I live and work in Kuwait in the Middle East.
Excuse me, your voice is a bit low, right?
I am currently located in Kuwait in the Middle East.
Oh, Middle East, QEA, yeah. United Emirates, United Emirates Arab, yeah. Is it correct?
No, you are incorrect. I am north and east of the United Arab Emirates,
Okay.
but south of Iraq.
South of Iraq. Wow,
Yeah.
so far, yeah. Nice.
Yep.
Nice to meet you, Mr. William.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you as well. It's a pleasure.
Yes, right. So right now we are here with our what we call our students here. So they are, enhancing and they are acquiring their English.
Of course, knowledge is power.
Right. So they are learning to speak, right? Okay, and there is Bu Ina here. So how do you call her, Miss Ina or Bu Ina? So here we call it Bu Ina.
I call Rob Williams my Rob. Okay.
Oh, my Rob. Okay.
Mm.
Yes. Right. Okay. Before we begin, so have a little conversation for a while with that Susie. Yes, Susie here, and then I saw we have before there is Uti. Yes, have a little conversation for a while. I need to take my fan for a while. Okay.
Hello. Can you tell me about yourself, my Rob?
Talk about myself. Well, as somebody very modest, I don't usually talk about myself. I'm a teacher of 33 years. I teach mathematics and physics. Such is the financial climate in my own country. I earn more money by teaching in Kuwait, which is why I am here now. Kuwait, with regards to the Middle East, is a relatively stable, tolerant society. And I've been living and working here 9 years. Anybody
Good.
wants to ask me anything? Not a problem, because I
The
understand
problem,
it's
the
about
problem,
people practicing their English.
the problem is your voice is so complicated to understand.
What you understand as the United Kingdom is a mixture of four different countries,
Yes.
three different languages, many regional accents. So I can understand, because I don't have a typical southeast accent, which is from London and the surrounding area. So it's probably the first time you've heard an accent other than the stereotypical English accent.
Yes, I like it.
Thank you very much. We all speak English, but some also speak Welsh or Gaelic. And even though we speak the same language, there are many different vowel sounds and consonant sounds. So take a word like vase, V-A-S-E. I say vase. My mother, when she spoke, always talked of a vase, and somebody from London may talk about a vase even. They're all correct, but they all sound different because the United Kingdom is very, very diverse in regional accents. So the language is the same, but how we use the language and how the language sounds are very, very different. If that makes sense.
Can you example about the thing maybe? Can you explain how to speak up?
Well, I'm getting closer and closer to my laptop. I will be sitting on the keyboard in a few minutes. Because I don't have a microphone, it is purely from the laptop, but I am speaking louder than I might normally. And certainly in normal conversation, I wouldn't be as loud as this.
Okay. Okay. Can you ask? We are? What do you want to know about us?
Yes, Buina.
Yes. Huh?
Yeah, probably. So we talk together to Mr. Williams for a while, okay?
Yes.
So let's greet him for a while, okay? Yes,
Okay.
hopefully Mr. William can hear my voice clearly, yeah, Mr. William.
Okay.
No problem, loud and
No
clear.
problem. Okay. You know, to tell the truth, I like your accent, okay?
Thank you very much. I appreciate it's most people's first experience of my particular regional accent.
Yes. Anyway, would you please greet our participants in here? So we have here Susi Arnawati, and then we have Mutiadini, and then of course Bu Ina here. So would you please greet us here from far away from Indonesia? So we greet us here in Indonesia.
Hi, greetings to everyone in Indonesia. Because I can only see the video window, if you put the other people, because I have the memory span of a goldfish, I forget people's names without the prompts. But if you could put them on the window, then I will be able to speak with people personally, and happy to do so. Unless I get a piece of paper, because unless I get a paper and write down, I'm useless with people's names. But greetings to everybody in Indonesia. I understand yours is a very, very beautiful country.
Sorry, probably I need to find another place. So here a bit noisy, right? That's good. Thank you very much, Mr. Williams. Right. So even though it is a bit, yeah, it is quite low in here, right? And then we got delay from your voice. All right. Let me greet our participant in here for a while, Mr. Williams. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone here.
Good evening, Mr.
Okay, thank you very much for
Good
Susi and then
evening.
yes, Bu Ina and then Uti. Good evening, Ti.
Good evening, Mister.
Yes, good evening in Indonesia and then good afternoon for Mr. Williams, yeah. Okay. All right, so our today's schedule, so we are upgrading our English, so we are learning English. So hopefully with Mr. William here, so we can learn something, right? Especially as we know, he's from UK, right? He has, great accent, yeah. Yeah, probably for the ladies here, so you can understand Mr. Faisal so well, right? So you can understand what I'm talking, okay? So probably right now, here we have Mr. William, so try to catch what he's talking about, okay? And especially tonight we have special performance, right? So we have special presentation from you, right? So I think so we have special visitor here. So I think after you present your presentation after this, so let invite Mr. Williams to give suggestion, to give something something you need to make better, right? So yes, okay, yeah, Susi, and then Uti. Ya, Ti, ya, ready ya, Ti?
Just get a
Ya,
pen.
Right, Bu Ina, ready ya, Bu Ina ya?
ya,
Ya,
Mister.
Mister.
Okay, so remember the opening, yeah. Remember the opening, right? So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, right? My name is I study English at Oxford UTOMO. So in this special occasion, I would like to tell you about, so say your title, and after that you tell all about the content. After that you close, and I thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So here we have special visitor here. So we have special one here, right? So we need ask something suggestion for Mr. William. Okay. Yes. Even from me, and then from Mr. William. Okay. Before that, let's ask Mr. William for a while. Mr. William, can you hear me?
Of course, yes, I can hear you very clearly.
Wow, very clear. Yes. Tonight, so we are having a presentation, right, from everyone in here, especially for the ladies. So we would like, with full of respect from you, would you like to give us suggestion what they need something to develop, right, about their
Okay.
English especially. Is it okay for you?
No problem. I'm a teacher. It's what I do.
Oh, you're a teacher, boys. Of course, you're a great teacher.
No. Just doing my job.
Yeah, after they finish presentation, so we can have, social talk, right? So we can greet each other. So Susi and then Uti, Bu Ina, so we can talk each other, right? So it is our, our first obligation for them, to present their topic, what they learned before, right? Especially they are enhancing about the pronunciation of, especially about the accuracy, right? Like that. So especially we are from Indonesia, we can understand each other, right? So we would like to know from the foreigner, right? Especially from UK, right? All right, well, ladies, are you ready all?
Ready, not ready.
Ready, not ready, must be ready, okay?
Ready, not ready, but must be ready.
Yes, ready or not ready, I must be ready, okay?
I don't remember, but I can read it.
Yes, never mind. As possible, yes, as possible, look at the camera, right? So everyone can see us here.
Good afternoon. Good
All right, well,
afternoon.
dear Uti, Susi, and then Bu Ina. Right. Yes, like Bu Ina said before, right? Ready or not ready, I must be ready, okay? You know, it is English with Indonesian accent, right? English with a Javanese accent, right?
Okay.
Right.
Just
Yes.
joking, my Rob, joking.
Yeah. Yes. We have.
Just joking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mr. William. So let me tell you. So our participant here, you know, must be encouraged. Yes, they need encourage, right?
Of course, nobody is born learns to speak any language. It comes through practice because language is a skill. We weren't born able to talk. We weren't born able to walk. We get there through practice. The more you practice, the better you become. There is no mystery. It's just all about practice.
All right. Yes. Okay. I think just let's start. Let's start, yeah, Mr. William, yeah, and everyone here, yeah, dear ladies. Okay. Well, dear ladies, who wants to get to be the first? Right. There is Uti, and then Bu Ina, and then Susi. So who wants to be the first? You know, I think you're so really shy. You're so really. Okay,
If
probably I
don't
close my
remember,
eyes.
if I don't remember, I can read it, Mister.
Yes, never mind, never mind. At least it is your progress, right? Okay. What you do, it is what you get, right? Like Mr. William said before, the more you practice, right? And of course, the more you will be probably like that, right? Okay. Yeah, right now, yeah, a little forget, never mind, right? At least you try. Yeah, try. Yeah, means okay. I mean, wrong means you try. It is. Right?
Okay.
Okay, Ti. Okay, Bu Ina ya. Okay, Erna ya.
Okay.
Right. So who wants to be the first?
Muti.
Nih deh, nih.
Oh,
Uti,
Uti,
boleh
Uti.
Uti. Uti
Uti,
aja.
Uti.
Enggak,
Sorry,
Bu
Bu
Ina
Ina.
aja.
Bu
Uti
Ina,
aja,
Uti
nggak
first.
apa-apa.
Sorry, Uti said first, okay? Yes.
Good
Right, Mr.
evening,
William, here we
Mister.
are. So her name is Mutiadini from Indonesia, right? Okay, Uti, ready, Ti?
Ya, good evening
Please, Ti.
tapi Mister.
Yes, it's okay.
Ya. Good evening. Halo. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mutiadini. I study is Oxford UTOMO. In this special occasion, I will talk like to tell you about citizen. Citizen, what are cities like your country? In many countries around the world, more and more people live in cities. Cities share many characteristics but are also different from country to country. Mexico's cities are modern but have traditional Indian and Spanish influence. The most important buildings around a center square, which also serves as a place to meet with friends. They are outdoor marketplace where apa ya? Hmm, thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Udah,
Yes,
Finish.
thank you. Yes,
Belum
thank
setengah.
you, Uti. All right. Okay, so we go three of them, or so we give comment one by one, Mr. Williams.
Right. Firstly, thank you very much for being very brave and being the first one to speak. It takes a lot of courage to try to speak in front of a native speaker. A lot of what you said was very good. Obviously, you cannot expect to sound the same as me because I am a native speaker. But if I came from London, I would sound different. What I would say was study, not studi, study. And you said, I would like to tell you about citizen. There should be a verb there. Like, I would like to tell you about being a citizen. And then go on to explain what you mean. But you can't say, I would like to tell you about citizen. You either want to tell me about being a citizen, or I would like to tell you about citizenship. It's very subtle, but you have to say one or the other. So you started to name the countries, which is nice. Mexico is very Spanish. Mexico, we say in the UK, Mexico, because there's an X. Spanish sounds it like a CH, so Mexico. But that's sort of Spanish, Hispanic, Southern American countries where Spanish residents once inhabited and controlled. But in Western Europe, Mexico. But it was very interesting. And I thank you for your bravery. I would have liked to know more about living in a city, because I guess you're trying to say, this is what it's like to live in a city. This is what it's like to live in a rural area, the countryside. So yeah, it was interesting. Thank you very much, Muti.
Thank you.
A pleasure.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
It's a learning process. As I said, I'd say everything is a learning process. The more you practice, the more confidence you get. And it's all about confidence, because I don't have to speak. I don't have to think. The words come out because it's my language. It's a second language for you, or maybe a third, maybe a fourth. I don't know. But it's all about practice and confidence. It will come.
Yes. Right. I think that's correct. Yeah. English is our second language, right? Yes. We'll never we'll never get into British accent, at least so we can make them understand what we say like that. Of course, our accent is different, right?
Of
Yes.
course, the United Kingdom, or Great Britain as it used to be called, is a very, very multicultural society. And as a result, we are very tolerant of the different sounds people we experience, because we understand that it's our language, and we are grateful when people make the effort to speak our language. It's all about mutual understanding. It's all about mutual tolerance.
Yes. Okay. Before we continue, Mr. William, so let me tell you. Actually, the title is Citizens.
Citizens, okay.
Citizens, yeah, not citizen.
Plural.
City, yeah. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Uti. So you did a great job, right? Keep improving your English, right? Okay.
Mister tadi,
Like, yes,
Mister,
Ti? Yeah.
itu Mister Rob ngomong apa?
Okay. Later on, so we can see again the video, right? Oh, okay. Excuse me, Mr. William. Do you speak Indonesia? Do you speak Bahasa?
Unfortunately, I don't. I
Okay,
speak
good.
English and French, but not Indonesian.
Yes. Never mind. Never
I'm
mind.
hoping I will learn from all of you.
Probably we can share each other later on, right? Probably after this, so we can share each other, right? So you share English, so we share Bahasa, right?
Okay, a pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Mr. William, and then thank you, Uti. Yes. So we go to the next one, yeah. All right. So we have here Susi and Bu Ina. So who wants to be the next?
Mi boleh deh, Mister.
Okay, deh. Thank you, Bu Ina. Well, okay. Let's see me, Bu Ina, yeah. Okay, Bu Ina, it is your time.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sina. I study English at Oxford UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about being citizens. What are cities like in your country? Japan. Cities also have a mix of the traditional and modern characteristics. They are tall, office and apartment buildings, as well as traditional wooden houses. Many people prefer to live near the center of the cities. Uh, uh, but because houses they are expensive, they often commute from the suburbs. Traffic pollution and the crowds are the problems. However, there is a little crime and even very crowded cities have many parks and gardens. Nggak bagus nih, Mister, belum hafal, belum ini, karena dedekan kali.
Iya. No one asks you to memorize, right?
I'm not good because you're here, and I'm not. Oh my God.
Yeah, never mind, Wina. Never mind. Yes, it's a process, right? Okay. It's a process, right? So everyone need to struggle to, to acquire the second language. Yeah. What do you think, Mr. Williams?
I think you're exactly right. It's about a struggle. We have in the United Kingdom a phrase. It's nasty medicine makes you better. And the idea behind that is sometimes we have to struggle. Sometimes we have to do things which aren't strictly pleasant or make us feel uncomfortable. But ultimately, it will make us better in whatever process it is. In this process, it's about talking your second language. And if you struggle, if you keep trying at it, you will get better and better. So please don't be put off by the initial bad taste. You will become better.
Okay, thank you. That's all?
Yeah, so the one thing I would say is you put your verb and you put the noun. You said being citizen.
Being.
You need to put a conjunction there, such as being a citizen. Or if you want to be particular, being the citizen of somewhere. But not, you can't, there has to be something to fill that gap. You can't just being citizen. You're either being a citizen or being the citizen, but not that. Yeah, it was interesting that you highlighted problems, but that came over as just a list of me saying, or you saying, pollution, crime, disrespect, whatever it was. It's, if you're, rather than saying a list, introduce it, because it came from nowhere. It was, whoa, problems, too many problems. Yes. You could have just said, there are good things about living in a city. There are bad things. Some of the bad things or negative things are crime, pollution, litter, whatever it is, but set it up. If you're going to have a list, you need to introduce it in some way. Okay. Because language is like a thought process. You're trying to string the different thoughts together. And in your own language, you wouldn't suddenly say crime, pollution, litter, smoke. You would, traffic. Yeah, you need to set it up a little bit. Even if all you're saying is the bad things are, the bad things about living in a city are crime, pollution, intolerance, whatever it is. But it's in any language, it comes across as the phrase would be random, just plucked from the air. No, try and get the listener to engage so that they sort of know where you're going. So you need to introduce something, whatever idea it is, just give the listener a little bit of help, saying, I'm going to talk about this, or the problems with the city are this. Don't just jump into a list. But again, it was really, really nice to hear somebody struggling, because it's the struggles that make you better. Okay. But there was a lot of good things there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Wina.
Thanks.
Please be happy. It was nice.
Wow, thank you. Thank you.
That's okay. And Mutis as well.
Struggle. I am a struggle woman.
Yes.
We are united in our struggle.
Yes. struggle woman.
Yeah. Right. Good job, Wina. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you try, so it means as long as you know, acquire your second language, right? Never mind. Yes. For right now, yeah, if we make mistakes or wrong, probably will be okay as long as we improve and struggle to, to get the second language itself, right? Yeah, Bu Ina, yeah.
Yeah, Mister.
Okay. Right, Mr. William.
Yes.
So we have one more. It is Susi Ernawati, right? So hopefully, she will tell more than others, right? Okay. As long as I know, yeah, she practices a lot, right? Okay. Yeah, Erna, yeah. Hopefully you tell all, yeah. So it is, yeah, it is time to, to prove it, right? Yes, how good and how something you need to fix it, right? Okay, ready, Susi, ya? Good luck.
Struggle.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Susi Ernawati. I study English at Oxford UTOMO. In this special occasion, I would like to tell you about being citizens. What are cities like in your country? In many countries around the world, more and more people live in cities. Cities share many characteristics, but are also different from country to country. Mexico. Mexico cities are modern but have traditional Indian and Spanish influences. The most important buildings are around a central square, which also serve as place to meet with friends. There are other marketplaces where people can almost anything they need. On Sundays, parks are popular place from family outings. Uh, many people uh, Many people move to Mexico City from rural areas. It has a lot of excitement, but also lots of traffic and air pollution. Japan. Japan cities also mix. Japan cities also mix. Japan cities also have mix of traditional and modern characteristics. There are tall office and apartment buildings, as well as traditional wooden houses. Many people prefer to live near the center of the cities, but because houses there are expensive, they often commute from suburbs. Traffic, pollution, and crowds are problems. However, there is a little crime, and even very crowded cities have many parks and gardens. Australia. Although 80% of Australians live near cities, the cities are not as large as those in some other countries. In some other country, most people, some other, most people live in houses in suburbs, not in apartments.
Apartments.
The suburbs usually have their own churches, schools, and shopping centers. They often they have recreational facilities. In large cities like Sydney, the suburbs are often far from the center of town because many people commute to work. Traffic is slow and there are many traffic jams. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Keren. Cool.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
Cool.
Marvelous.
Keren. Cool. Right?
Very, very nice. Yes, it was very nice to hear somebody speaking my language.
Deg-degan ya, Nas?
What do you think, Missy Williams? What's something she needs to improve?
Right. The art of speaking involves inhaling oxygen and then it going through the larynx. What I'm saying is, if you slow down the process of speaking, then it's giving more oxygen to the larynx. And I understand it's totally about being nervous. And when we're all nervous, we go faster and faster and faster. And really, what we need to do when transferring any ideas is to go slower and slower. So, because the person knows what they're trying to say, because it's either in their head or on a piece of paper. But the listener has to try and listen. And it's easier for a listener if the whole communication process is slowed down. And part of that is taking the time to breathe in and breathe out. Because if we don't, we rob our brains of oxygen and our body goes into panic mode. And we get faster and faster and faster. And really what we need to do is get slower and slower. And you may notice the sun is beginning to set in Kuwait. That's why it's suddenly gone orange, because my natural light is from the window out there. And it's suddenly, the sun's starting to set here. Right, so again, when Susie, again, was very nice. But again, said citizens. It needs to be a citizen or citizen. And she said metting. No, it's a meeting place. There's a double vowel, E-E. So it's an E sound. So it's a meeting place, not a metting place. Mexico, again, Mexico. So again, it was interesting what she was saying, and I would like to just have her to slow it down, because my brain is old, and I was trying to catch up on all the ideas. So yeah, I was intrigued why people don't live in the cities in Australia. They live in the suburbs, and I understood why they did. And why it made traffic really, really bad. And it might have been nice if she then explained how those problems could be alleviated, maybe through using public transport. I don't know, because I haven't been told what the brief of this presentation is. As I said, so I've just enjoyed listening. And it's interesting when people talk about what's traditional and what's modern. I can't remember who talked about wooden buildings. In my city, I actually live in the far northeast of England, on the northeast coast. Actually, when I'm there in England, I come from a city called Sunderland in the far northeast. And because many buildings are over 100 years old, I live in a building which is over 100 years old. Many cities in Britain were built with red brick because we had an industrial revolution about 200 to 250 years ago. And they had to rush to build houses to house all the industrial workers. and many cities were built predominantly in red brick, and rows of houses, which we call terraces. I live in a terraced house in Sunderland in England, and we're talking about rows of maybe 30 houses, 40 houses, 50 houses, all in one big long row, and all identical houses made of red brick. Perhaps I should send some pictures one day. But yeah, as I said, it was interesting to hear about how different people are housed in different countries in the world. So yes, again, it was very nice to hear somebody else speak my language. And I feel personally very humbled when I hear people struggling to speak my language.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Right. Yes, thank you very much, ya, Susi, ya. Well done, right? Okay. What you did, it is your improvement, right?
The best.
Yeah, I mean, the best is when we try. The best is when we try.
Okay.
If we never try, we would never be the best, right? The best one is when we try. So it means you are all the best, right?
Okay.
Right? Yes, yeah. Okay, thank you, Mr. William. Okay, Uti, and then Erna, and then Bu Ina. Right. Okay, it is our second session. So it is probably, so we make it, it is free conversation, yeah, Mr. William and everyone here. So I think, so we have native here, native speaker. So from Mutia, and then from Susi or from Bu Ina. Anyone, any one of you have questions to Mr. Williams anyway? Uti, how about you, Uti?
Oh, yeah.
Cara, speak up, speak up. Same. We all same with you, Mr. Rob.
Yeah, never mind. At least try to deliver a certain of questions.
Maybe you first. Talk with us.
Actually, in my head.
Well,
yes.
Okay, I would like to ask each of you why you want to learn my language.
Siapa yang mau jawab tuh? Who's the answer?
Okay, let's see then. Right, probably when Mr. Williams talk, so you are a bit difficult to catch, right? So let me repeat. So why do you want to learn his language? He said that, right? Is that Mr. William? Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what I did say. Why do people want to learn my language?
Okay.
Yes.
Because English is so important. We can talk with everybody in the world with English. So we must improve my English. If we want to know about anything, and you can talk in English so easily. I think like that. That's right.
Good job. Nice answer. Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yes. Let's hear from Uti or Erna. How about, what do you think? Why? How about you, T? Why do
coba,
you want to
coba.
speak English?
Coba, Ti.
Sebentar, sebentar.
Is he reading a spell?
Because it's important in the world of work. Yeah.
Of course, of course. And do you like speaking English?
Like.
Do you enjoy speaking English?
Okay.
Uti, he said, Uti, Mr. William said, do you enjoy speaking English?
Oh, enjoy. Enjoy.
So you enjoy speaking English. Say that. Say to Mr. William, I enjoy speaking English. Say that.
I enjoy. Apa, Mister?
I enjoy speaking English.
I enjoy speak English, Mr. William.
I'm glad to hear that. Keep practicing English.
Oh, praktek. Ya.
Practice makes perfect.
Oke.
Perfect. How about you, Susie? Erna?
I'm so very confused for answer. Because English is used many people in the world, and I want study in luar negeri apaan?
Sorry.
Study abroad. Say, I want to study abroad. Say that.
And I want study abroad.
That's good. It is good to have a very definite goal, to have a clear idea of your motivation. So you could have said, because English is used worldwide, or English is used globally, or English is the international language. But yeah, good job. Thank you.
International
William.
language.
Yeah.
Mr. William, I ever asked someone, right? You know, I ever asked someone from another class, right? And then I asked, so why do you need English, right? I said that. And then she said, yeah, because I want to have someone from another country. Is it okay?
Well, that's okay. It's a very honest reason. Why not? Because somebody else's language is always attractive. So it sounds crazy, but in my country, many people think the French language is considered attractive. Whatever's different brings with it its own attractiveness. And if somebody's motivation is they want to meet somebody who speaks English, then why not? Why not? It's just a motivation, and it's very honest.
Yes, that's right. To be honest, right? Yeah, in my opinion, yes, everyone needs English, right? Whoever they are, right? Unfortunately, yeah, English right now is the international language. It is, right? Even comes up the third language, in my opinion, Mandarin, right?
Of
Mandarin.
course, it comes down to global populations, and once upon a time, there was a British Empire when a third of the whole world was controlled by my very, very small island. So we exported things culturally, like religion, it has to be said, like religion, like a language, and even America, which is probably the #1 superpower now. 200 years ago, it was controlled by the United Kingdom. We're just a small island. But because we were able to control socially, politically, financially, we spread our language. And as a result, the major superpowers now speak English, the major tech companies, and even in America, use English. So our influence is still there. You must excuse me a few seconds ago. I'm just going to switch on the light because you can sense the sun is going down here, but I'll go and switch on my light.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So how cool, right? Yes. Yeah, it is for your motivation also, right? So, right. So we have Mr. William here, right? Anyway, I'd like to ask Mr. William. So, what city you are from, right? You are from right now, Mr. William.
When I go back to the United Kingdom, I fly to London initially, but London is 300 miles south of where I live. I live on the far northeast coast of England. In fact, I live closer to Scotland than I live closer to London. So I fly from London to Newcastle Airport. So Newcastle on Tyne is probably the city nearest me that people may be familiar with. But the actual city I live in is a city called Sunderland, which is on the coast of England.
Oh, so it means you are in England, right? Sunderland, yes.
Yeah,
Sunderland. Oh, okay. All right. So I thought, you work somewhere else. I thought you work abroad, right? So you work out of England like that.
No. I am currently living and working in Kuwait, but we did before the COVID outbreak. We had 2 vacations a year where I would travel back to the United Kingdom. But because of COVID and travel restrictions, I'm still in Kuwait. I live and work in Kuwait, but the question was, what city am I from in the United Kingdom? And the answer is Sunderland, if that makes sense.
Yes. Right. We need to search on Google.
Yeah. What I would say though, because in many ways it's easier for you in Indonesia, but I am currently in Kuwait, because if in Kuwait I am 4 hours behind you. If I was in the United Kingdom now, I would be 7 hours behind you. So in the United Kingdom, it is, what's it now? It would be coming up 25 to 2 in the afternoon in the United Kingdom. 7 hours behind you, if I were there now.
1 o'clock.
Well, it would be 1:37, about that time in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Yes, United Kingdom, 7 hours difference. Yes,
Yeah.
right. Yes, that's right. Okay,
May
as I
I
know,
ask you,
yes, Wina, please.
can you tell me about different about the USA English and UK English? What is
Right.
different
It is different.
with the gramatika apa? With the grammar, with the grammar, or the same or not?
It's the joke we say in Britain is that we are two countries separated from by a common language. We both speak English, but the two are different in the sense of American English uses Z. In fact, they don't even use the letter Z in America. They use the letter Z. They call it Z instead of Z. And many things, when you hear the verb, in English, we use I's to say, you know, we do something. In like criticize, symbolize, utilize. In America, it will be they finish it with an IZE, whereas in the United Kingdom English we say ISE. Trying to think of other examples. I mean, there are many words which are different anyway. You know, Americans walk on the sidewalk. In the United Kingdom, it's a pavement. Cars have hoods and bonnets. In the United Kingdom, we have boots. There are many specific things, but there is so much more in common than there are differences, and the differences come down to uses of the word Z, which is a lot more common in America. Plus, quite often, because England hasn't been invaded since 1066, so England is purely English, whereas most countries like America have been invaded or had different cultural influences. So their language is more mixed, whereas because the last invasion is over 1,000 years ago, no, not quite 1,000 years ago, in the United Kingdom, English has been allowed to sort of progress, yes, but many things stay the same. And we haven't maybe diversified or had a melting pot that other countries have had in their English. So I'm not saying English is better in America or England, but it's certainly different. And there are cultural reasons why English is more pure in England than it is in America. But I would say that because, you know, once upon a time, Britain owned America. Now,
Yes.
now we're just a little island in the Atlantic Ocean.
The accent is not. The accent is better USA than
No, well,
English.
it's not a case of being better. What you actually mean is you've had more exposure to the American accent because you turn on the TV, you go to the cinema, you watch American movies made in Hollywood. Now, there are British movies, of course there are, but they are more low budget and more introspective and less money spent on them than American films. And therefore they are less attractive globally. And as a result, more people hear Americans speaking English. And then if you hear somebody in the media speaking English, it's the Hollywood interpretation of English. If I go to a cinema now, I won't hear my accent. I won't hear my accent because it's not attractive to Hollywood. The only English accent that is attractive to Hollywood is the Southeast accent. And even then, it's how people spoke 50 years ago. If you turn on British television now, you will hear many, many regional accents. But Americans still think English is spoke by English people as it was 50 years ago, which is a very, very small, isolated view of my country as a whole. So it's not the fact that any one accent is better or worse. It just means that people have heard more of English being spoken a certain way, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yes, right. Right. So if I can add more, so I think the most difference only the accent, yeah. Okay, and
Of course, it's the sounds.
Yeah,
I mean,
the sound.
as I've said, even my mum, if you pick a word like vase, I say vase, something you hold flowers in. I'm trying to see if I've got a vase somewhere. But, something you put flowers in. I would say vase. My mum actually was from a different area of England than I grew up because she married my father and they moved. And she would always say vase. And there are other people in the south who say vase. They're all correct, but your people are more comfortable with whatever they've heard more of.
Yes, actually, what accent we use, yeah, never mind, yeah, Mr. William. Yes, I mean, yeah, as long as we communicate, yes, and then so you understand what we say, and then we understand what you say, like that, right? Yeah, yeah, most. And then the second part, yeah, of course, in the correct ways, right? About the accent, which one you choose, American or British, so never mind, right? And then a few words is different, as I know, yeah. Like when we say truck, yeah, truck and lorry, yeah, Mr. William, yeah. Truck and lorry. Truck is American, as I know, and lorry it is, yes.
Truck is more commonly used in America. Truck.
Yes.
Truck. But I understand what a truck is.
Yes.
It is a commercial vehicle. Now,
yes.
we would call it maybe more commonly, we would call it a lorry.
Lorry, right?
Lorry. Yeah. But we understand what it means. It's
yes,
a
both of them are
vehicle,
correct, right?
Of course.
Yeah, both of them are correct. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, probably like in bahasa we say permen, or satu lagi apa Bu Ina bahasa permen Indonesianya? Yeah. For example, in bahasa Indonesia there is a different ways to say something, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, actually both of them are correct, right? And then yes, accent, and then like this, Mr. William. Before I ask you something, it's okay, yeah, right?
Ask me anything. It's okay.
Yes, let's give a chance to Mutia or Erna or even Bu Ina, whether they have some questions. Okay, Susi, you have any questions for Mr. Williams? You ask something, or Uti?
No, Mr.
Try your English. Try English. So, I mean, can Mr. William catch what you talk? Okay, never mind. try produce certain questions.
Bingung, Sir.
Apa aja? Tanya pelajaran sekolah.
So confused, Myron.
Gini, I have questions. Yes, Mr. Williams. So probably they are still thinking about what questions they would ask you, right? I mean, okay, it is for Indonesian people. So we will know that. We would like to ask about the function of me, you know.
That's very, very interesting, because it's even among British people there is confusion how you use the word me.
Yes, for example, let me give example for a while. Many people in here are a bit confused. They found me is used. You know, me, it is object pronouns, right? Yes, the object pronouns me.
Yes, it's the object,
right?
not the subject. Only
yes.
the object.
Yes. So we here, our people here found me is used as the subject. For example, me go to London. Me eat noodles. So is that okay?
That is correct. That is incorrect. That is wrong. Yes, you I is the subject. You only use me as an object. So I go to the city. I eat noodles. I enjoy ice cream. Not me. I. So it's only when something is happening, when myself is the object of a sentence, then it's me. But if I'm the subject, it's what I'm going to do. It's always I. Always I.
Yes. Sorry, Mr. William. So how do you explain, if someone said me like watching? How do you explain that?
Right. Watching is a participle anyway. So you would say I watch. Or
yes.
I am watching. You would always say I watch TV, or I am watching TV.
Yes, it is the correct one. I mean, how do you explain when someone said me watching, me watch?
Right. What you say to somebody, are you doing it, or is it being done to you? So, because I'm doing the watching, you would say I watch TV, or I am watching TV. If you are instigating, if you are making it happen, if you are doing it, then it's I, not me. But if something happens to me, a car hit me, an apple dropped on me, then it's if it's something happening to you, if you are passive in it, then it's me. But if it's you're doing something, I'm watching, I like, I enjoy, I'm going, I'm traveling somewhere, it's I. Because it's like if you are in control of something, if you are doing something, then it's I. But the dog bit me. The angry person hit me. My neighbor doesn't like me. If it's something that's happening to me, if I'm not in control of it, if I am passive, then it becomes me. If that makes sense.
Yes, yes, yes. I as a subject, right?
Yeah. So if
Yes,
or
that's
if I'm
correct.
receiving something, if
So,
I'm in control of it, I can love somebody. But if it's the other person being affectionate towards me, they love me. But I love them. If it's me, if I'm in control of it, if I'm the active, if I'm the subject, it's I. If somebody's doing something to me, if I'm not in control of it, it's me.
okay, so it means, is it wrong or is it correct or incorrect? We say, me love you.
No, I love you. Because me doing it, it's if it's a doing verb and the person is me, so I love you.
Yes, and I love you too. Yeah, you like that, right?
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Okay, wait a moment, Mr. William. So let me explain to everyone here. Tadi yang saya pertanyakan apakah bisa dimengerti untuk Erna dan Susi, Erna dan Uti?
Enggak, Mister.
Tadi saya nanya gini, apakah me, ya, you know me, right, bisa digunakan sebagai subjek? So me love you. So is it wrong or correct? Itu benar atau salah? Jadi Mr. William said it is wrong. It is incorrect. Right? So jadi harus bilangnya I love you. Never say me love you or me eat bakso. It is wrong. It is incorrect. Ya, jadi me harus digunakan sebagai objek. Right? Okay. Do you know me? Like this, right? Okay. Yes.
You love me.
You know me? Yes. Never say me know you. It is never. Ya, karena kebanyakan kita kadang-kadang bingung karena kita suka dapati di film kadang-kadang mengatakan seperti itu. Well, Mr. William, I found that words from the movie, English movie.
The problem is any communication isn't necessarily for education. So if you watch a movie, it can be wrong because it's for entertainment, not education.
Yes.
And in real life, people get things wrong because they are not professionals. They are not educationalists. So yes, you can get it wrong by just watching movies, or it is good to watch movies, but you don't switch off your brain and accept it, because sometimes ideas are wrong and speech is wrong.
Yes. Yeah, even we know right now, so we have a word say me time. Right? Me time, it is for a time where you get together with your family or someone else. This is what we call me time.
Yeah,
you know
well, yeah, but then you're not using me as a subject to attach a verb to. It becomes purely a noun. You're not saying me or I'm doing something. It's just a collective noun for different people from family, friends coming together. It's a noun, me time. You're not using it to attach a verb to it.
Yes, yes. Right.
My free time, maybe ya. Me time the same as my free time.
Yeah. And it's
Correct
not,
or incorrect?
yeah, but it's become a slang. It's not, it's become like many other phrases. It just has crept into the English language. Like now, a response to something might be anyway, and it doesn't actually mean anything, but it's come to have a meaning because people, it has crept into the English language because one person uses it, another person uses it, somebody else hears it, somebody in the media or on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, whatever it is, people use it more and more and more, and it becomes common or popular. That doesn't make it correct. It just means that people use it. So me time has become one of these phrases which isn't correct, but people use it and people understand what is meant by me time. But there, the use of me is only as a noun, so you get me time. It's not using it with a verb. It's not saying I'm doing something. It's just a noun.
Ya,
Nah.
that's right. Oke, bisa dimengerti Erna Susi. Kata me
Enggak.
itu ya tidak boleh digunakan sebagai kata kerja atau verb, right? Me itu sebagai noun, ya. Me as a
Noun tuh apa?
noun, right? You know me. Kamu tahu kata me kan? Right? You know me like this, right? Me harus digunakan sebagai noun ya atau sebagai objek ya. Kalau me time itu digunakan sebagai noun ya. Tapi tidak boleh digunakan untuk sebagai kata kerja gitu loh. Yes. So probably we can say like this ya. I have me time. It is okay ya, Mr. William ya.
It is okay. Yeah, it has become okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I have me time, right? Yeah, me time it is a slang language. So
Slang language?
yes, me time is a slang language, right?
As slang language?
It's, as I said, it's one of those things which has sort of come initially from America and has crept into the English language as well. So it's, once upon a time it would have been considered incorrect. Now everybody uses it, so it's okay, I guess.
As to the education, it is incorrect ya, Mr. William ya.
It's to use me like that certainly would have been considered incorrect, but because it's been used so many times and people now understand what's meant by it, then it's become okay. But it's not using me as a subject or an object. It's just using it as a noun to describe a meeting or a time when you devote it to yourself. Or I guess you could say I'm going to spend time on myself. Because the phrase means I'm doing something that I'm deciding what to do, time on myself, something that makes me happy.
Yes, like a free time like that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Well, yes, nice explanation ya. Thank you,
Bahasa
Mr.
gaul,
William.
Mister.
Iya,
Bahasa
iya
gaul.
betul bahasa gaul. Ya, jadi menjadi bahasa gaul ya, kita bilang slang language. Ya karena udah sering digunakan sama orang-orang Amerika,
Ini
jadi
boleh.
itu menjadi
Boleh.
populer, ya menjadi populer, jadi bisa digunakan. Hanya
Sah-sah
saja
aja.
yang dilarang digunakan itu kalau mengatakan me love you itu nggak boleh gitu ya. Itu it is incorrect, me love you incorrect, right? Ya, jadi kalau setiap yang dengar kata me love you atau me live in London, nah it is incorrect. Ya, incorrect ya Mr. William ya, that's right.
Yes, I live in London.
I live in London, nah it is correct.
Ya.
Ya, kadang-kadang kan kita suka mendengar, where do you live? Me live in Jakarta. Huh? Ya, seharusnya I live in Jakarta. Karena banyak karena itu sudah terbawa dari film ya yang suka mengatakan itu. Nah, kalau kata Mr. William tadi, kalau di film itu entertainment. Entertainment, right? Jadi sah-sah aja kalau salah gitu ya. Ya, sah-sah aja kalau salah, itu karena itu part of entertainment. Ya, cuma salahnya entertainment ini kita copy lalu kita gunakan di dunia nyata, itu yang wrong ya. Itu inappropriate, yes. We use incorrect parts into our real life. Itu yang sangat disayangkan ya. Ya, actually saya masih punya pertanyaan lagi sama Mr. William. Coba kalian dulu yang nanya. Werna, Susi dan Uti dan Bu Ina. Tanya sama Mr. William, mau nanya apa? Nanti saya nanya lagi. Saya ada pertanyaan yang super duper.
Kan tadi soal Mimi tadi, Mister.
Uti
Kan
pengen nanya.
Ya, Uti, please stay. Mr. William, Uti wants to ask you questions. Please stay.
Please do.
Mutia. How cool is Indonesian in the country, Mister? Seberapa kerennya bahasa Indonesia di negaranya, Mister William? How cool is Indonesian in the country? Salah ya, Mister?
I was trying to work out what you were saying. You said how
do you know? How do you know about Indonesian
cool.
language?
Mutia said how cool bahasa Indonesia or bahasa in your country. He said that.
Right. I think what you were trying to say, how do I know about schooling in Indonesia? And my honest answer is I don't know about schools in Indonesia, but I am very interested in learning. And I learn through conversation. I learn through talking to people from Indonesia. Actually, I know what I want to ask. Are schools open now in Indonesia?
Ayo.
School still closed.
Schools still closed. So is there online learning?
Yes, we have online learning. However, malls are open.
Yes, that is the same in Kuwait. I teach online, but I physically attend the building, but I teach online via Zoom. But the malls are open. However, in my country, in the United Kingdom, and many countries in Europe, they are going into lockdown. France is in lockdown now. The leader of my country is talking about locking the United Kingdom down, locking England down. And that nobody will be allowed out. So we shall see. But at the moment in Kuwait, I teach online. But I am free to go to malls and other stores. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is so unfortunate, right? So where the schools close and then malls open. So I think, yeah, I ever talked to my class before a long time ago. The first lockdown happened in here. I said to my class, okay, your schools are closed, so let's go to the mall. Let's study there.
I think governments are only now realizing that personal freedom is good personally, but for countries as a whole, for the safety of others and for the eradication of COVID, it is important that people accept you have to stay indoors. You have to wear masks. And nobody wants to do it, which is why governments need to say, no, you will stay indoors. You will wear a mask. But that makes them unpopular. And governments want people's votes. So it is difficult. It's difficult. And
Boring.
Yeah,
people,
we know.
yeah, and
We know it is a difficult situation, right?
yeah, but the more governments have actually said, no, you will wear masks, you will stay indoors, you will teach online, you won't go to malls, then actually the better it is.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yes.
boring.
It is
Yeah.
boring, but responsibility is boring.
Yes.
Yes.
You know,
Oh, T looks pretty right now, ya. Ti, jadi gitu ya, Ti. Jadi si William berkata, jadi dia kurang tahu kalau bahasa Indonesia, ya. Ya, yang bahkan sekolah tadi cool, tadi dia nyangkanya school, ya. Bahkan kamu bilang how cool, ya. Ya, jadi seperti itu. Ya, sebenarnya harus kamu tanyakan kayak gini, Ti. Have you ever been to Indonesia? Coba kamu tanya gitu.
Apa, Mister?
Have you ever been to Indonesia? Say.
Have
Have
you
you ever? Have you?
have you ever?
Kalau saya bantu kamu nanti Mr. William tahu dong kamu nanya apa.
have I ever? Have I ever?
Yeah.
Have
Have
I
you
ever
come to
been to Indonesia?
Indonesia?
Have I
Yes.
ever visited Indonesia? No, I haven't visited yet.
Yes.
Maybe
So
one day. Hopefully.
it means you will, ya.
Hopefully, yeah. In Arab countries, we say inshallah.
Inshallah. Yeah.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe.
Yeah, one day, yes.
Yay.
Yeah, soon probably after the pandemic,
Of
pandemic
course,
is over.
I can't even visit my own country at the moment. Everybody's
So sad, yeah?
everybody's personal freedom is eroded at the moment. Until this virus is controlled, then it's an uncomfortable truth, but I have to stay where I am, and I would love to visit, but I can't even visit my own country. And United Kingdom is, whilst it's a multicultural, secular society, with understanding of many faiths, many religions. The predominant religion is still Christianity. And in December, the main festival is Christmas. So we have Christmas followed by the New Year. And for the first time ever, I won't be in my country for Christmas or the New Year. I will be in Kuwait. And
So do you celebrate Christmas?
Well, normally, yes, because
Yes.
I'm in the United Kingdom for December and the New Year in January. But this year I won't be. I will be in Kuwait, and I
So
will
sad,
be
so
profoundly miserable. But that's how it is.
yeah, that's why. So I think it is hard, right? Yeah.
Of course, it's hard. I'm just one
Yeah.
person. Many families throughout the world. People
Yeah.
won't
Hopefully
be with their
this
loved ones.
December. Yeah. Hopefully this December, so you can get together with your family again, right? So the rumor said the vaccine has been invented, right? The rumor said.
Do you have vacation
Yeah.
in
At
the
least who knows,
December?
right?
I mean, I
Myra, do
will
you
have
have?
the vacation, but I'm not
Yes.
going anywhere. I can't travel because, firstly, the vacation only lasts 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 weeks at Christmas. But also, when I travel to another country, I will have to quarantine myself for 2 weeks in the country I go to. When I return to Kuwait, I will have to be in quarantine for 2 weeks. 2 plus 2 is 4. I've only got 2 weeks. And
1 month.
then, yeah, I haven't got that time. The vacation window is only 2 weeks. Plus, the United Kingdom is possibly going into lockdown. And they're talking about 4 weeks of lockdown.
Wow.
So even if I go to United Kingdom, I can't go anywhere. I can't travel to my home. I would have to stay in an airport for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Sama
Yeah.
aja. The same as
Superior,
in
right?
Dubai. Better.
Yes.
So
Right.
I will stay here in Kuwait.
Yeah. Even though
Better.
wherever you are, so at least you have us here, right?
Wow, that is a lovely thought.
It's like you have Bu Ina, so we have us here, Susi,
Better come
yes, and
here.
then lockdown, Bu Ina, lockdown. 2 minggu karantin.
Iya, sama aja bohong.
Iya ya. Okay, thank you ya Uti. And then Susi, would you like to give a questions? Explore your English.
Gampang kan
Coba
nyari
nanya.
cowok di Inggris?
Coba tanya.
Tanya dong, tanya. It's easy to find a boyfriend there. Is it easy?
Spread friendship is better, right? Spreading friendship is better.
Of course, friendship makes people feel better. And friendship can be shared. And it is better shared amongst groups of people, particularly now where there is a virus about. It is nicer to share friendship online at the moment. And it is far safer to talk to people online and make friends online than it is to meet somebody and catch something.
Yes. Okay, that's right. Yeah, making a friend, yeah, making a friend from another country. So I think it is nice, yeah, especially Uti, make friends, make a friend, right? You find a friend from England, right? Never mind, right? Never mind. Yeah, it is. Okay, and then especially Erna, probably Erna is the youngest here, right? So make friends, right? So we need to have global friends. Wah, yes, more than only from Tanjung Duran or from Pademangan, right? Okay, yeah, friends never mind, right? Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, if you want to have more than friends, ya never mind, it's your concern, right? Kalau mau berkembang lebih dari teman, ya itu urusan belakangan gitu.
Sambungin dong.
Yeah. Okay. Susi, give questions. See, try to give questions. Any kind of questions, at least nice questions.
Apa ya?
Hanya ini aja di sana gitu.
Mr. Rob, Mister, kalau misalkan nanyanya pernah ke Indonesia enggak gitu itu?
Tadi udah dibilang, tadi sudah ditanyakan. Have you ever visited Indonesia? Itu udah ditanyakan. Yang lain. Udah
Apa
pernah
ya?
nyoba
Apa
makan?
kamu tahu?
Udah coba-
Apa kamu pernah dengar tentang Indonesia dan kamu pengen tahu nggak tentang Indonesia gitu aja?
Udah pernah nyoba makanan Indonesia?
Pernah nggak nyobain makanan Indonesia? Kamu tahu rendang nggak gitu?
Dia pernah kan misal tadi?
Belum. Coba
Belum.
coba tanya dulu.
Do you know food gitu?
Have you ever tried Indonesian food? Say.
Do you know food? Indonesian food?
Erna, say.
You know-
Have you ever
Have you
have you ever tried Indonesian food?
have you ever tried Indonesian food, Mr. Rob?
Thank you for your question, Susie. Yes, I have tried Indonesian food. In Kuwait, there is a very small Indonesian cafe, but it is very, very spicy. And my head was on fire. There were rivers of tears because I am not used to spicy hot food. In England, we like things mild, subtle, gentle, and Indonesian food so spicy. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
My mouth was on fire. So yes, water.
Do you know rendang? Do you know rendang? Do you know rendang?
I can't remember what I specifically had, but tears, so many tears.
Maybe you
So
eat
hot.
rendang. I think you
Maybe.
eat rendang.
I don't know because
spicy.
it was very spicy. Because it was just a menu, so I asked the person, "What's good?" and they said, "This good," and I tried it.
If you come here, I cook rendang for you.
Wow.
If you come here, I cook
Wow.
rendang for you.
Thank you.
Kalio, you know, kalio so spicy.
Oh no! I don't do spicy. I do mild. My head would be on fire.
Yeah, you have 2 bottles for drink. You must drink 2 bottles.
Oh, yeah, I must. Yeah,
Water.
water. It is good to hydrate, to drink water.
Yeah.
Yes. Erna, ngerti tadi apa dibilang ya? Ngerti ya dibilang tadi apa ya?
Ya, Mister.
Ya, dari ekspresinya tahu lah ya. Oke, tadi dia bilang dia kurang bisa tahan makanan pedas ya. Kalau makanan pedas tuh kayaknya apa kepalanya tuh on fire gitu. Ya memang foreigner atau native atau bule kalau kita bilang itu dia kurang bisa tahan makanan pedas ya, especially Asian food ya. Especially from Indonesia. Dia kurang bisa tahan ya. Oke, bahkan makan nasi aja mereka jarang gitu ya. Karena they main food yes it is bread ya. Like this. Yes, anyway, Mr. William, so do you know rendang?
As I said, in all honesty, I tried out the food and I just asked who was serving me to make a recommendation. And they pointed at something on the menu and I was like, yeah, that's good. Yeah, fine.
I think you at rendang.
But the thing is, like anything, when you ask somebody, it is just their personal taste, just their preference. And
Yes.
I wasn't ready for anything so spicy.
Yeah, never mind, Mr. William. Yeah, in Indonesia, we have many kinds of food, right? Even from Europe, for any kind, right? So yeah, at least so you may try Indonesian food, right? Especially yeah, rendang. I think it is been globally known by everyone, right? It is made by the beef with the coconut sauce, right? Actually, yes, because of our food, most of our food spicy, yeah. Yes, we have many herbs here, right? And then we have chilies, yes, and many ingredients in Indonesia. Yeah, that's why we like spicy food. Yeah, even personally me, yeah, I just I just cannot stand spicy food also. Right? I cannot stand high spicy food. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. However, normal food here yes consists of chili. Yes. Like yeah. If you come to Indonesia one day, yeah, it'll be okay. So we have many kinds of food in here. Even Bu Ina said before, so she will cook something special for you, and then we would like to come over also.
Maybe you can drink much.
Yes.
Yes.
But,
I mean, I guess any food is the same. You have meat and maybe you had coconut milk and you add, but it comes down to how much chili you want or the strength of the chilies, because there's jalapeno, there's Scotch bonnet, there's lots of chilies that get hotter and hotter and hotter. Whereas in the UK, some people really like chili, but some people tend to use peppers. I know they're all the same family, capsicum, which are a lot milder. So pepper is common in cooking in the United Kingdom. Chilies a little bit, but even then, it tends to be the milder chilies. You know, we do use, but it's less common to use jalapeno or Scotch bonnet peppers.
Yes.
Because they're too hot.
Too hot.
Yeah.
You know, ladies, kabar baiknya ternyata ada Indonesian cafe di England sana gitu ya. Tadi dia bilang dia pernah nyoba makanan Indonesia di sebuah cafe di tempatnya dia. Ya, nah berarti the good news is so we have Indonesian cafe in England, right? Nah, it is ya. Okay.
Yes, that's common, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. William, yeah. So we have Indonesian cafe, yes, in your town, right?
Of course, coffee is very popular in the United Kingdom because there are many branches of Starbucks, Costa Coffee, Coffee Bean,
Starbucks.
various
Famous.
various chains of coffee houses. Then there are also smaller individual family cafes. Now, Indonesian coffee is common in the smaller cafes. Starbucks tend to use a different, tend not to use coffee from Indonesia. I think they get it from Costa Rica or Brazil, but Indonesian coffee is quite common in the country, but more so in the United Kingdom. Britain is still a nation of tea drinkers and coffee. Yes, we drink coffee, but even more so, we drink tea. And we drink tea with milk and sugar.
Tea.
Yeah.
Tea. Yeah,
So
tea. I like tea.
I spilt. Excuse me. I spilt tea on my keyboard. I will be back.
Oke. Tumpahan dia tuh. Ketumpahan.
Erna.
Ya, Mister.
Erna. Baca WA saya. Baca WA saya. Tanyakan itu coba.
Apa, Mister?
Baca WA saya.
Baca WA.
Oh, baca WA.
Okay.
Busy breaking my own computer by pouring tea on it, which is not good.
Be careful.
Uti.
Yeah.
Bertanya, Ti.
Enough, clear.
Coba Uti tanya, Mr. William kenal di mana sama Bu Ina? Coba tanya gitu.
Yang lain aja.
Gibah ya. Yes. Right. So probably Susie want to ask something. Come on, Sus.
Mr. Rob, how much a glass of coffee in your country?
A lot of people drink coffee. It is common. But more people drink formulated coffee like Nescafe or Mellow Birds or Maxwell House, which is coffee that's been sort of ground into a powder. People also drink expensive coffees through either filters or percolators, or they go to the Starbucks, Costa Coffee, like that. So people drink a lot of coffee, but if you go to Starbucks or Costa Coffee, it is it's expensive, and it is still considered a luxury to drink coffee at these places, because still people drink tea, and they drink tea sometimes with milk, with sugar. Tea is still the #1 hot drink in the United Kingdom. Then coffee. But even then, more people drink processed coffee, like Nescafe, coffee powder. Maxwell House is another popular brand. Mellow Birds is another one. It's coffee powder, which you then pour hot water. It's instant coffee, because you just put a spoon in and you pour on boiling water.
Yes. So how much does it cost for powder coffee there?
Right. Well, powder coffee you make in your own house. A 200-gram jar of Nescafe would be about £1 to £2 sterling.
£1, £2.
Yeah, £1 or £2, about there. I'm not sure, but because I haven't bought it for a bit, because I'm in Kuwait. But that would make 20 to 30 cups from that. Because you would get a spoon, so you would get a spoon.
Indonesia berapa ya? Rupiah.
£1 ya, 1 pound itu currency Indonesian currency 20 ya, around 20,000, sekitar 20 ribuan. 1 pound itu sekitar ya, itu bisa dapat 20 cup.
20,000
rupiah.
The same as the 1 pound.
Yes, yeah, approximately like that.
Rupiah.
Indonesian currency. 1 pound itu approximately 20,000 something like that. If USD it is 14, right? Right. USD it is 14. Pound it is around 20 like that. Yes, as I remember, yeah. So you can googling, you can search in Google pound, right? Yes. Okay. Wow. So 1 or 2 pounds ya for 20 cups ya. Jadi kopi mahal di sana katanya ya. Iya. Ya, jadi kita bersyukur jadi orang Indonesia ya. Powder coffee itu maksudnya adalah kopi yang disaset ya. Iya. Powder coffee sebutannya.
Tahu Mister.
Ya.
Aku tahu.
Oke. Ya. Nah, jadi memang sebenarnya saya mau nanya nih sama Mr. William ya. Karena kan kalau foreigner itu kan pasti biasanya kecenderungan saya mau nanya gini, mana yang lebih orang-orang suka minum, kopi atau alkohol gitu kan?
Ada nyanyiannya.
Tanya aja.
Hah?
Ada nyanyiannya.
Iya, karena kalau kita tahu kan mereka negara yang dingin ya, cold countries ya. Ya, mereka akan cenderung untuk minum yang menghangatkan dibanding kopi. Right? Yeah, Mr. William, can I ask you something, Mr. William?
Ask me anything, it's okay.
Yes, I mean, as we know, right, foreign countries different from us. So, which one do people prefer to drink? Yes, I mean, in your area, in your country, there, right?
Right.
People prefer which one do people prefer to drink? Coffee or alcohol?
Certainly more people drink coffee than alcohol, and that's because of cultural reasons, religious reasons, and timing reasons. Within the United Kingdom, there is licensing laws where you cannot buy alcohol at certain times of the day.
Yes.
So plus, if you drink alcohol, you are not allowed to drive.
Yeah.
So there are reasons why coffee will always be more popular than alcohol. But having said that, culturally, in an evening, more people will go out and drink alcohol and go to a bar, or in the UK we call it a pub or a public house, and drink alcohol than they will drink coffee. Again, there are many reasons in the evening why people may want to drink alcohol rather than coffee, because coffee keeps you awake So when you go home at night, you can't sleep because of caffeine in coffee.
That's right.
But also, alcohol makes people less in control. It makes them less inhibited. So young men feel more confident to talk to young women if they have alcohol inside them, because they are less inhibited. So there are many cultural reasons why alcohol is drunk in the evening in my country. But having said that, if you consider across 24 hours, more people drink coffee, but the number one beverage or hot drink in the United Kingdom is tea.
Ooh. Tea is more popular than coffee then.
Yes. Oh, yes, yes.
Oh. Yes. Ya, so kita baru tahu kan ternyata teh minuman populer di England, ya, dibanding kopi dan alkohol.
Tradisional minuman ya.
Mungkin kalau di England itu mungkin rada peraturannya rada ketat ya, sedikit ketat. Because like this, Mr. William, so as we know, right, especially on TV or from the movie, right, many foreigners, many, foreign people, yes, even from the movie we see that, many of them, right, drink alcohol, right? Even there's a stereotype probably, foreign people never drink water. Every time when we see the movie, they drink alcohol, right? So we have that, we have seen that on TV or in the movie. Is that right?
It is right, because up to 20 years ago, you couldn't really buy spring water, bottled water. You would be considered crazy if you were setting up a business saying, I'm going to sell bottled water, because people would say, well, we can get it from the tap. Only in the last 25 years has it been possible to buy bottled water in the United Kingdom. But beer, alcohol, has been available for 150 years in bottles.
Yes, and even like this, probably, Mr. William. So as we consider, right, your country is, so you have winter there, right? So we have ice, we have cold weather, right? Different as in here in Indonesia. So I think, like as I know in Russia, right? So people drink alcohol there, right? So, to warm up their body, right? Okay, they need it.
Yeah, that is a fallacy, because scientifically what it does is open the blood vessels. So in cold countries, initially they feel warmer because the blood flows to the surface, but it will actually slow you down and make you colder quicker. But alcohol is, let's be honest, a drug. And it is part of the reason people do it is for hundreds of years it's been considered attractive, particularly for young males. They appear tough and cool if they drink alcohol. But secondly, it's because alcohol lowers people's inhibitions.
Yes.
So they feel more confident to talk to people of the opposite sex, because they are less shy because of the alcohol.
Ya, tuh. Bisa didengarkan penjelasannya ya.
Iya,
Oke. Di sana juga walaupun negara yang boleh minum alkohol, di sana juga dibatasin minuman seperti itu. Katanya alkohol di sana juga drugs. Ya, sama seperti di Indonesia sebenarnya. Ya, walaupun di beberapa negara itu kan kalau dulu ya mereka prefer ke alkohol. Sekarang mereka udah prefer ke water kata dia kan. Ya, jadi ya ngapain kita minum alkohol gitu ya. Oke, syukurnya kalau di Indonesia sangat prohibited ya di Indonesia for alcohol. Yes, in Indonesia even prohibited for alcohol and even it is so expensive. Yeah, alcohol so expensive in here. All right. Okay, like that. Thank you, Mr. William, for you explaining, right? Sorry to ask that, right? So, sometimes we are so really curious about that, right? Okay,
Of course, that is natural.
Everyone, everyone here likes, everyone here likes to watch foreign movie. Yes, right? Foreign movie, like, especially Erna, Uti. I think they like, even me, even Bu Ina, right? Right. So we like watching foreign movie, right? Like that. So that's why I think it is a good question. Yes. Well, dear ladies, Uti, Erna, Bu Ina, any other questions? Ayo dong kita praktek lagi. Sebelum ini udah mau jam 10, mungkin Mr. William juga ada kerjaan lain ya. Oke. Okay. Gimana, Ti?
Erna, nanya dong.
Ini saya ada satu pertanyaan yang sedikit yang sangat dominan buat kalian nih. Ya, ini sama seperti tadi yang pertanyaan mengenai mie tadi. Ya. Oke, Eno, you have question, Era?
No, Mister.
Okay, Mr. William. I have, probably it is from myself also, and even from everyone in here. Right. For me personally, I'm so curious about. You are from England, right? So of course, do you know the Beatles?
Do I know the Beatles? Not personally, because only one of them is still alive. Of course, the Beatles are important culturally, but the Beatles have to be seen in the line of different performers, and they are a line where people are popular, unpopular, popular, unpopular. Actually, when I was a teenager, it was uncool to like the Beatles, but now they are popular again. And yes, of course I know of the Beatles, and I know many of their songs and many of their albums.
Yeah. Okay. It is old group, musical group, right? I mean, my question is like this, Mr. Williams. So, I found one of their song, right? Yes, yeah. It makes me confused and it makes me curious, right? Especially, yes, the song it is Ticket to Ride. You know that Ticket to Ride?
Yes, I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
Okay, of course, it's only familiar. It is a famous song all over the world, right? Even in Indonesia, right?
Okay.
And even I ever played that, right? I ever played that song with my friends in here, right? I'm one of their fan.
Yeah.
Right now, so what makes me curious? It is like this: in their lyrics said, "She don't care." You see that, right?
Right.
Right.
The song about you're talking about a very particular song, Ticket to Ride. The idea is that the fact that the man is very interested in the woman, but the woman is less interested in him. So what he's trying to express is he's sad, she's traveling, but his feelings aren't important to her, is what he's trying to say. But yes, he likes her, he loves her, he feels strongly for her, but she doesn't care so much about him. She doesn't have the emotional attachment to him.
Yes, I mean, as we know, actually, she doesn't care, right? Actually, it has to be that, right? And then in the lyrics, right, they sang about she don't care. So, I mean, why it could be like that? Why it could be she don't care instead of she doesn't care?
Right. If you know the history of the Beatles, they are from a city in the northwest of England called Liverpool. And part of their charm in the 1960s was that they didn't speak. Now, there used to be in England a very particular way of speaking called received pronunciation, which you would hear on the BBC. There's a BBC broadcasting from London House, and they would speak like that in this clipped, very precise, slightly upper class way of speaking. And the Beatles were perceived as cool because they were rebellious, and they were perceived as speaking in their regional accent. And a lot of the lyrics they wrote weren't correct linguistically, but that's part of their attraction. So you wouldn't say she don't care, you might say she doesn't care, but it's art. It's not meant to be for educational purposes. It's meant to be for entertainment. So yeah, it's wrong to say she don't care, but people, part of their attraction was that they didn't necessarily say everything 100% grammatically correct. If that makes sense.
Super.
She don't care gitu ya, Mister.
Yeah,
And at the time, part of their rebellious nature was the fact that they were perceived as being young, whereas a lot of the media was conceived as middle-aged or elderly. So, you know, there was a big fuss about one of their songs, "She Loves You," because they "She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah." And people say, "Well,
you, yeah, yeah, yeah."
Well, yeah, isn't correct. You know, if you were strictly correct, you would say yes, 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 not yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Right. So back again, it is part of entertainment, yeah.
Of course, it's entertainment. It's not meant for education.
Yes.
So most of it's correct, but of course some of it's not, because it's slang, it's local
Slang.
Yeah, slang. Yeah.
Yes.
Slang.
In instant we say it's a slang, ya, slang language, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Ya, well, ladies, bisa dimengerti tadi ya yang saya tanyakan tadi, Erna?
Iya, iya.
Yeah.
Kalau Bu Ina mungkin zamannya tahu ya The Beatles. Kalau Erna tahu The Beatles?
Plus, songs are meant for entertainment and to scan into a line. So, for example, Penny Lane, thinking about it, he talks about a fish and finger pie. Well, a fish and finger pie doesn't exist. You know, you can have, there's a dish in the United Kingdom called fish fingers, but there isn't fish and fingers. But it doesn't sound, when you're singing, it doesn't sound so well to say fish finger. So they said fish and finger pie. Just fit the length of the line.
Yes, that's right.
Kan
I know
sebenarnya
that song,
ya.
Penny Lane. Penny Lane, I know that song. Right. Wow, interesting, yeah. Okay, so we learn
Bukan
we learn
sebenarnya.
many things. We learn many things, yeah, from Mr. Williams. Yeah, so I think you're a great teacher, Mr. William. Right.
Oh, thank you very much. God bless you. You must excuse me, actually, because it's got dark here, and I know this sounds bizarre, but my pet lovebird is free in the next room, so I've got to try and get him back in the cage because it's dark.
Okay.
So it's because he wants to
think,
sleep.
Yes, I think we end up for today, yeah, Mr. William and everyone. Yeah, ladies, yeah. Okay, so we continue again. Yes, we continue again next session, and we would like to thank you very much. Yes, of course, to Mr. Williams and Bu Ina. Yeah. Yes. So invited Mr. William to our conversation and here, and then most of all. So please improve our second language right here. Right. So it is for you, not for me, not for everyone. It is for you. Increasing your ability. Yes, it will increase your future. Right. As we know, English, yes, is spoken all over the world, right? Okay, this from me. From Mr. William, any other comment or closing statement from you?
No, just it's been a pleasure to speak to you all.
Very much.
A pleasure.
Yes.
You know, it's always nice to speak with and meet and make friends from all over the world.
Yes.
And it's good to come together through use of a common language. But you know, there are many differences culturally and socially, and that's why it's interesting to share different people's experiences.
Yes, that's right, Mr. William.
Try to talk.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, so we can continue again, yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. William, for coming to our session today. So it's my pleasure to have you here, right? So one day, so we can meet again. So anyway, can I talk personally with you for a while, Mr. William?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, yeah.
Yes, after the session, yeah.
Yes,
okay, I will invite,
yeah. Can you excuse me a few minutes? I'll leave the camera on, but I've got to go and put my parakeet, my lovebird away.
Okay. Yes. So I will close this session for a while, yeah. Right. Well, ladies, thank you very much. Tolong nanti diimprove lagi. Bu Ina, nanti saya mau ngomong sama Bu Ina sama Mr. William, boleh?
Boleh.
Ya, nanti habis sesi ini dulu ya. Well, ladies, thank you very much for joining this session today, ya. Please, Erna, so we continue again on Wednesday, ya. Remember, Wednesday at 8:30, ya. At 8:30, okay?
8:30.
Yeah, so we improve again our English, so we can spread our Indonesian, especially Indonesian culture and Indonesian language, to all over the world, right? Love Indonesia and then spread Indonesia to all over the world, right? And then for our view on YouTube, thank you very much for watching us, and thank you very much for your comment. Let's join our class today and for the next.
Good night.
Right, and then see you again another session. Thank you very much and good night, dear ladies.
Good night.
Good night, Mister.
Good night, Uti.
Bye,
Wah, Uti
Erna,
lagi mamam
bye.
ya. Uti lagi mamam nih. Uti,
Tadi
having
aku
dinner,
juga
Uti?
cemil-cemil supaya nggak ngantuk.
Yes. Oke, Erna, thank you, Erna ya.